Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St. Mary's College for the senior matchup. It's the Algoma Thunderbird Athletics high school basketball game of the week. I'm Ryan Lillington. I'm here joined by Tony Bonafero, and it's the Korah Colts versus the St. Mary's Knights here in senior action. The Knights come into today's game at 2-5, while the Colts come in undefeated at 7-0. And we're going to be treated to some good basketball here in this senior tilt, and Korah has earned their 7-0 record with some great overall play, and they do a great job with their driving space offense, and they're also very good defensively as well. And for St. Mary's, they're going to have to get a lot of good looks at the basket, and they're going to have to make some shots here, but there's a careless turnover there early, and in transition come the Colts. It's Martone.
Yeah, going to be a tough game here for the Knights. I had a chance to talk to the coaching staff before the game, and they're fully aware of the challenges that this Korah Colts team can, throw at them. So
Colts out to a quick 4-0 lead here, and now Nero gets the ball taken away by Grisdale, and the little floater there by Grisdale is good, and it makes it look easy, and Grisdale is one of the best players in Northern Ontario for his age group, and no surprise that he makes the floater look easy. And now it's a 2-3 defense being deployed here by the Colts.
Nice take.
And it was a good take, but you got to make him against this Korah team where you're going to be down a lot early. And there's Martone now. He slices the 45, kicks it out to Grisdale, and he's uncharacteristically off the mark on that one, and back come the Knights. Nice job there, slicing the 45. Was Topher Marsanti, but couldn't get it to go, and the Colts come back the other way.
Yeah, Korah up big early. It's, these are tough games for everybody involved, right? St. Mary's just doesn't have the depth or doesn't have the skill level to really compete with this powerhouse Korah team. So, it'll just be a question of seeing how long we can keep some of these starters in here. And
yeah, nice job there by Liam Ouellette, driving hard and finishing. And, he is one of the St. Mary's players that, just plays with a ton of heart. He's a multi-sport athlete who, just gives his entire heart and soul on the floor every time he comes out. So it's not a lack of effort here for the Knights, but when you look at the talent discrepancy here at the senior level, for sure. And it's high on with a big shot. Nice rebound there by Fernando, who's showing off his hops during the pregame warm-up. And now Murdoch now goes strong. Zane gets a shot blocked by Nero and can't get the second attempt.
Yeah, Zane 0 for 3 on layups here so far, which is a rarity, as we saw his little brother absolutely tear it up in the junior game, as Martone makes no mistake at all and puts home an extra 2.
Escasa now. He looks to drive baseline. He does. Shot does not go, and back come the Colts in transition.
That was Boateng for the Knights.
Zane's shot.
Jeez, what's going on with Zane here today? That's or maybe that is Escasa. Sorry, I thought that was, or no, that's Boateng for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so the numbers are wrong.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Amari Boateng, number 23, getting trapped in the corner. Heads up play, just knocking it out of Zane Murdoch. And
yeah, Boateng, a multi-sport athlete here. He's not knowing as much of a basketball player. He's just kind of learning the game here, but outstanding soccer player, plays soccer out of town in the summer, and one of the best wide receivers in Sault Ste. Marie. So nice to see him out here trying to learn the game of basketball, and he can be a huge addition to this team possibly next year. Ascasa is out with a broken leg, unfortunately, so.
Barone for 3. He's off the mark. Not sure what that buzzer was for.
Shot clock violation, I believe. Kontalainen with a nice effort there. Again, right, I think that's one of the big issues with this St. Mary's team is they have a lot of athletes. They have a lot of hockey players. They have a lot of soccer players. They got some football players, but, they don't have a lot of basketball players on the team, right? And so it's tough when you're just kind of learning the game as you go here, with the exception of a few guys.
Yeah, Martone with the nice 3 there, so he's off to a good start for the Knights, and certainly one of the city's best 3-point shooters. And now Zay Murdoch makes no mistake on that one. Nice block there by Fernando Correa, and now it's Grisdale. He's strong off the glass, but rebounded there nicely by Hyam. His shot gets blocked. He gets poked in the eye. Nice cut there by Martone. And Hyam. Boom!
From way downtown.
Now this Colts team just makes it look easy, and just great ball movements. They play very well in what we call dominoes, which is, once you find that advantage on offense, you just keep that ball moving, with some conceptual rules, and keep the ball hot until you get a good shot. And they certainly do a great job of that. And again, you see that even in their pregame warm-up, where they'll start pregame with a Saba drill, small advantage, into a big advantage, just to get into those domino situations. And then that even their layup line is a push-pull type of situation where they're working on their dribble penetration reaction. So that they're being well coached by Coach Chard and Coach Hyam and company, and you're seeing it here on the floor here early with the quick 18-point lead here, 20-2.
Yeah, we just want to take a second here and thank some of our sponsors. We want to thank Northern Sports Excellence, True House Sports Radio, Gen 7 of Rankin, Cobb's Bread in the Churchill Plaza, the Algoma District School Board, the Huron Superior Catholic District School Board, Algoma Thunderbirds Athletics, Liberty Tax here in Sault Ste. Marie, and the Elite 8 Basketball Academy. If you're interested in partnering with Saultsports.com, please get in touch with Jay Houselander at saultsports@gmail.com, and Jay will provide you with a variety of options and sponsorship opportunities. We'd just like to thank everybody for their continued support of youth athletics here in Sault Ste. Marie and your support of Sault Sports. Sault Sports is continuing to grow as Jay and his crew are going to be covering the OUA Wrestling Championships next week, and also the City Wrestling Championships here from St. Mary's as well. So again, continuing to expand and grow. So if you'd like to get on the wagon, so to speak, please reach out to Jay and help continue to bring youth sports and youth athletics to you here in Sault Ste. Marie and the region.
Boateng now. The ball in the corner is Barsanti. He looks to drive baseline. He does. Gets it poked away from behind, but out of bounds by the Colts.
Some discussion going on. So Ryan, I asked quite a few people about what happened in that junior game, and I don't know if we missed something or if the scorekeepers just recalculated the score as they were down there and figured out that St. Mary's was missing a point on the scoreboard, but no one really had an answer as to what may have happened. So again, don't really have an answer, but it was looked into. So again, that's something maybe we can go back and watch later on and see what happened.
Yeah, it certainly can. Can be a case of the girl adding the scores to the scoreboard, didn't have it right, and the running score is what you always go by. So if the girl marking the score had it at 53, then that's what you go with. And I think maybe they just double checked that late and saw the discrepancy and added it to the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think that is in all likelihood that is what happened. So yeah,
because there certainly wasn't any complaints by anybody. So.
No.
Shot is up. Shot is just off the mark. Rebounded there nicely by Grisdale, and he does it all for the Colts. And he's a great overall player and just understands the game so well, and he knows the value of offensive rebounding. Nice job there, slicing. The 45 is high on, and he makes it look easy, and the lead is now 20. Now they're just so athletic and so long.
Is there any talk of Grisdale potentially going to play basketball out of town, in the next couple of years to try and further his career?
Well, I'm not sure if the idea is to go play for a club team or for a prep school in the near future, or whether he skips his last years here at Korah or not. But certainly, when his playing days are over, he's going to have an opportunity. And there's Martone, who's also going to have an opportunity to play some college ball once his playing days are done. He's going to be, all accounts, going out west to play with EJ. But there's Fernando. But certainly enough talent on this team, and Grisdale is just a great overall player. He's very smart with the basketball. He's very athletic. Certainly has the ability. And the Colts just poured on this first quarter, 31-2 here in the first quarter. So just not pretty. And I talked about it pregame with somebody, just about the competitive balance at the high school level in basketball right now. And when you look at the game we had last week with the second place White Pines Wolverines, losing by 60 to this team, it just it's a little bit unfortunate, I think, for the Colts not being able to get that competitive balance locally. That they have to travel out of town to get some competitive games in order to prepare themselves for the long offset run that they're going to want to have. And certainly these guys are well tested. A lot of these players have played the Made Hoop circuit. They played the North Pole Hoops circuit during their I think 8, 16, and 17 years. So. They certainly have a lot of experience to take with them, and with a lot of tough competition. So it certainly has made them, a much better team doing so. And it's a big reason why we're doing the same with the Elite 8 Basketball Academy with the group that we have, and then taking them to play as many games out of town against out of town competition, and iron dish sharpen iron, and certainly this core team is going to be ready for the challenge once it comes. And NASA was not kind to them last year. The Sudbury teams were extremely strong. I think they beat everybody by 20. We didn't have a local team make the final, I think, for the first time in quite some time, in junior or senior in the NASA championships. I think this year is going to be different. I certainly think that the core team is a year older, a year more experienced. I think some of the Sudbury teams like Llewellyn have lost a couple of players, and certainly going to give our local teams a much better chance to win NASA. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out for the Colts.
Yeah, the big concern, though, that you have to have, right, is when you're blowing teams out by, 60, 70 points every game, is how's your team going to react when you are in a close game, right? And that's a big thing that, sometimes they won't even get to experience maybe until they go away to a tournament or until they're, at OFSA. So, again, that's a tough thing to learn in those kind of situations. And it is unfortunate, right? We were talking before the game, I was talking to a parent as well, and the guy that I used to play high school basketball with, and we were, this is 20 years ago, but we were talking about how our, St. Mary's we ended up winning the cities and winning the NASA championship, but we finished 4th place in the regular season that year, right? And I'm sure you have some examples of that too. But again, that's back in a different day when, you know, we had more high schools and the competitive balance was just insane every week, right? And you never knew who was going to win each game. And, you know, we always talk about the good old glory days, but again, you know, we do see that in some sports from time to time here, but again, it's just unfortunate kind of what's happened here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, I can remember not that long ago coaching at Superior Heights against Hugh. He was coaching at White Pines. Another 3 there by St. Mary's. That's number 4, Kian Kalalo, and that's back-to-back 3s here for the Knights. But you know, we coached in a senior division where all 4 teams were 3-3 after 6 games, which I don't think has ever happened before. And White Pines ended up winning the championship, and we went to OFSA that year, and by winning a playing game to get to NASA, by beating the Colts in the semifinal to get to the final. So like all 4 teams were super competitive, and it made it fun to coach. It made it fun to play. So this is again a little bit unfortunate, but just back to your point about being tough, blowing everybody out. This team really won't have that much of a problem. Like I said, they played tough competition. They played really close games. They played with the Slam program for a number of years, and so this group has played a lot of basketball together. They played in a lot of close games. They played tough competition. So as much as it stinks not getting any competition here locally, I think this team will be ready once the bell is rung, and we'll see how far this team can really go. But winning NASA is certainly huge. You know, it'll give them an opportunity to play AA OFSA. Certainly, they don't want to be playing AAA OFSA if they can avoid it. So, beating what I'm going to guess is Llewellyn in the NASA final, which I believe is in North Bay this year. I'm not 100% sure. Nice 3 there by Grisdale. But it is going to be key for the Colts to win that NASA final, and I can't wait to watch it.
I think most NASA is out of town this year, right, Jay? I mean, NASA basketball, NASA hockey's out of town.
Shot is up again. Michelello, it's off the mark.
And that's unfortunate because last year's NASA, Ryan, was just insane here I think it was the games were here at St. Mary's, and we called quite a few of those games, and man, that was exciting basketball.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago? Sorry? Okay,
That was 2 years ago. Last year, I believe, was in Sudbury. I think this year is in. Yeah, girls was here last year, yeah. Hyam now. The Knights in a 2-3 zone. Grisdale able to find a gap in the defense. Catch and face jumper is good. Another steal. Good defense leads to easy offense. It's Hyam to Martone. Contalainen now trying to get open off the dribble, but get a foul here called against the Colts. Fouls on number 15, Tate Turco.
Full-fledged change here by the Colts, with the exception of leaving Colton Vanes on the court. So again, right, that's one of those tough spots here too, and we talked about it the last game, the White Pines game that we did. You know, it's almost unfair for the starters here of the Colts, as, you know, obviously you got to take them out at some point, but you know, it's almost like they get punished for playing well, right? You get less playing time for going out there and you know, playing well, and that's just the unfortunate reality of how the season's going so far. And you know, a lot of times in these situations, you know, you actually see bench players that end up sometimes playing more than the starters just because of the score, right? So, you know, it's a bit of a fine line that you have to, you know, juggle with if you're the head coach here of a team like this, but I'm sure they'll be able to manage it just fine.
Yeah, but you know what, Tony? I mean, it you know, it benefits the Colts in other ways. Like when you look at a player like Cochmilio, you know, some of their other bench players, it's like you never know, especially if you're, you know, you're in a NASA final and you get one of your best players with 2 quick fouls, and all of a sudden you're playing more minutes than maybe you expected, or maybe they get a quick 3rd foul in the 3rd quarter, and some guy has to sit for an extended period of time. These minutes end up being very beneficial for the bench player to get that game experience, and
Yep.
you know, you just never know in those types of games what's going to happen. Injuries obviously come into play as well, so you're one rolled ankle or one game of foul trouble of you know, putting in some serious minutes. So you know, a player like Cochmilio might be thrown into the fire a little bit more. So these are very valuable minutes for him for sure. Fernando now. Correa gets it out. Murdoch's shot is up. Shot is short. Murdoch can't get it to go. Kicks it out to Correa. One more. And Kinnunen decides not to shoot that shot, and now out to AJ, and he takes the shot off the mark. Rebounded there by Steven. One more.
Great ball movement here by the Knights.
Steven from the corner. He can shoot it. That one just off the mark.
That was the best offensive possession I would think that they had so far here today, right? Good movement. Got a nice shot out of it.
Nice job there by Zane Murdoch. Yeah, you're right, Coach. That was good patience there by the Knights, getting a good look there in the corner. And then, you know, you talk about, you know, the difference between playing hard and competing, and it's something that we talk to our players all the time about. And you know, anyone can play hard, you know, and when you look at the players out on the floor here, you know, there's no doubt that everyone's playing hard, right? But there's the difference between playing hard and competing, and you know, and that difference is just that, you know, that refusal to lose, that refusal to get beat, the refusal to be stopped, you know, that drive, that just, you know, no one on the floor is going to stop me. And you know, when you look at this core team, they're filled with those types of players, and you just saw it there with Murdoch. Like, there was no way that the Knights defender was going to stop him from getting to the rim and finishing. And it's that type of compete level, it's that type of mental toughness that the Colts are going to need moving forward. And you know, it was just a great example of that from number 4.
Yeah, nice basket there by Hayes down low.
Kinnunen now. Being guarded nicely there by Kalalo. Little DHO. Shimmy there from Correa. 3 from Murdoch, who's been off the mark there most of the game. And I think Zane can give his brother some pointers on you know, being strong and finishing at the rim. Although Declan does a nice job, but I think Declan can give him a few pointers on how to make those 3-point shots, because Declan earlier was, you know, made 3 there in the junior game, and just a very pure shooter. And Zane's certainly a capable 3-point shooter himself, just a little bit off the mark there today.
And we forgot to mention, Ryan, too, the Wendy's and Team Essentials players of the game from the junior game. So just quickly, the player of the game for the Korah Colts was Declan Murdoch. We talked about what a strong performance he had. And for the St. Mary's Knights, it went to Caden McInnes. So congratulations to McInnes and to Murdoch. They both receive Wendy's gift card as well as a Athlete of the Game t-shirt courtesy of Team Essentials.
Yeah, I think that scoring discrepancy kind of got us off track there, and we forgot all about those players of the game. But certainly both of those players were certainly deserving of that award. Murdoch looking to drive in a single gap, and he gets the ball stolen.
Oh, nice bucket. Oh, nice play. Everything except the bucket, I guess.
Chimilio gets his shot blocked by Steven then turns it over, but gets the ball back now and slows it down.
Korah bringing out the big guns for the last minute and a half, depending on when the whistle is.
Yeah, Korah's going to leave a combination of starters and backups in the game, and
got all the starters back out there here again. So
yeah, they'll finish off the first half on the floor. Shot is up, just off the mark as Cuglietta can't get it to go. Martone, Murdoch.
oh, what a take. Oh. I'd like to see him go up a little stronger there, though, eh, Ryan?
Can't get it to go.
Yeah.
20 now. Alex Hayes.
Again, though, and I mentioned this last game, or the last time we did the Korah game, and it wasn't Titus who did it last, or it wasn't Zane that did it last time. Sorry, but you know, talk about how the game's evolved as well, right? Back in the day, you'd always want to see a power layup there, right, going up strong, and now you're seeing, you know, these finishes where they're just trying to lay it in, right? So again, just kind of how the game's evolved over the years, and you've talked a lot about how the game has evolved, and again, that's just one of the many ways that we've seen.
Yeah, we'll touch on that in the second half, and all the ways the game has changed. And 24.3 seconds left here to go in the first half. It's been all Korah Colts as expected. And Knights are going to try to get something going here off their box out of bounds play. No real movement there. They got to get it in.
Yeah, everyone's just standing still, right?
Not sure what that out of bounds play was,
Yeah.
but certainly it worked.
Nice
There's
board.
Murdoch with a nice rebound. And foul there with 0.6 seconds left, so they'll have an opportunity to get it in and just get it off.
What do you need to get a catch and shoot? Is it 0.4 seconds? Is that what they say?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is at the high school level.
At the high school level
I'm
would be way
sure,
more, yeah. But
I'm sure they certainly have enough time here for sure, but yeah, I'm not sure what the minimum amount is. No, the elevator screen, but
got to be quick. That was a long 0.6 seconds, but
well, they were looking to get him on the elevator screen
right.
door, but Zane was like that guy who just, you know, wait for me, and he stuck his foot in the door and got through the elevator doors and was able to disrupt that. So at the end of the first half, it is the Colts 43, the Knights 11. I'm Ryan Lynch, and I'm here with Tony Bonifero, Jay Hauslander in studio, Chris Carr, superstar, on the camera. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for second half action. See you then. St. Mary's College for second half action here in the Algoma Thunderbirds game of the week, featuring the Korah Colts and the St. Mary's Knights. I'm Ryan Lillington. I'm joined here by Tony Bonifero, and it's been all Korah Colts here as predicted here at St. Mary's, and the 7-0 Korah Colts are getting primed up for their hopefully long OFSA basketball run, and the Knights certainly with a lot of players that have played a lot of basketball in their own right, but overall as a team just not strong enough to compete with this core team. And we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made here by the Knights in the second half, but it's the Colts with the ball to start the half, and it's Grisdale. DHO here with Fernando. Defender went under. The read is shot, and his shot is just off the mark. Murdoch now. Boom!
That's a better start to the second half.
Yeah, he talked to his brother at halftime. That smooth stroke is the stroke we're used to, and Dane makes no mistake on that one. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Great possession. Obviously the shot didn't go down, but that's the ball movement that you want to see, right? And they had some good motion there as well.
Murdoch, little head fake. Finish. It's good. And it's 5-0 Murdoch here to start the second half. The Colts certainly make it look easy, Tony, but I mean, it's just a lot of hard work that these young men have put in over a long period of time. And if you dig deep enough, you'll see pictures of these little guys playing 705 basketball and playing, with the slam program at a very young age. And they've been coached by good coaches all the way through, and they're being well coached now. So, it's no surprise that they are where they are, but it certainly didn't come without a lot of hard work and putting in the time and the minutes. And certainly you're seeing the fruits of their labor here, not just throughout the season, but in this game as well.
Nice take there by Nero. Again, that's two good looks for Nero. Both of them had a chance to go down, but unable to get the roll. And Martone, bam! And Korah comes out with 2 3-pointers in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, we've said it before, Martone, one of the best shooters in this city, if not the best pure 3-point shooter. And Hyam now can't get it to fall. Rebounded there by Martone, kicks it out to Grisdale, who finds Hyam underneath the basket, and he's not going to miss from there for another easy 2 for the Colts.
Nice pass there. Oh, they're going to call it travel. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that was not a travel at all. But
yeah. We get a good angle up here, though, Ryan. I like calling games here at St. Mary's. You get we get a terrific view and an angle of the game, better than most other places. Here in Korah, I love where we get to set up. So, it's obviously easier for us to make the calls from up here, but sometimes. But
for sure.
Again, that one looked pretty good.
Nice rebound there by Nero, and back come the Knights. It's Barone now. Can't get it through the pressure, and Fernando to Coach Reed not happy with his team's rebounding effort, so a substitution comes in to the game as Contalinen getting ready to come into the ball game.
Good hustle there by Boateng. Good hands by Amari there.
Hyam gets it to the safety spot on the inbounds. Quick swing over to Grisdale. Shot is just short and out of bounds.
4:40 to go here in the third quarter, 53-11. Ryan, give you a quick chance, if you don't mind, just talk a little bit about the Elite Eight Basketball Academy and what you guys have to offer here in the winter season and coming up into the fall or into the spring season.
Yeah, for sure, Tony. Look, again, we're just super proud to be sponsoring both boys and girls high school basketball the last 3 years, and as far as what we're running right now, we've got 4 club teams currently running. We've got a U14 girls, U13 boys, U14 boys, and U15 boys teams right now, and they've all been playing out of town in tournaments, and if they haven't yet, like the U13s, they're going to be playing some here in the very near future. And the older they get, the more games they play out of town. And our U15 boys, a lot of them who we saw in the previous game in the junior level in grade 9, are taking part in the OBL and the Ontario Basketball League, sanctioned by Ontario Basketball Association. And we're very excited to be an affiliate of the Ontario Basketball Association this year, and which means some great competition for our boys in the OBL. We'll be registering for that tomorrow and picking the tier that we want to play in, and certainly playing in some light competition. And so we're looking to win our division in the OBL, and then that'll set us up nicely for the OBA championships. That'll happen at the end of May, and hopefully bring home provincial championship in the division that we're in. So lots of exciting times for these players ahead, and I know they're really looking forward to it. And what an effort there by Grisdale, and he's no stranger to provincial competition. Like I said earlier, Jeff's taken these boys to play some tough competition with the Maid Hoop Circuit and the North Pole Hoop Circuit, and he's just a fantastic player. He got injured there, maybe some blood on the elbow. He's got to get that cleaned up before he gets back out there. And so our boys are very, very excited to be going. They'll be playing 5 out of 8 weekends between March and May, and then we'll finish it off with the Ontario Basketball Championships. And they've had some success already in some sanctioned tournaments that they played this year. They played some teams that were in some higher divisions, and we lost to a Cambridge team in overtime that certainly we can beat. And we played a tough Sudbury team that's the class of the North as of right now. And so we're looking forward to really continuing to grow in this process. And last year was our opportunity to kind of introduce ourselves to the Ontario landscape, and then now it's an opportunity for us to grow even more. And with each year that comes, you're going to see a lot of these boys playing great basketball, like you're seeing here with the Korah senior team, and hopefully those who want to take their game to the next level will be given that opportunity. And they played a really good brand of basketball at the end of last year as grade 8 players, and they're playing with university concepts and university plays, and they're just doing a great job with it. So it's a team I thoroughly enjoy. I love coaching. It's fun to go to the court every single week, and to see their progress is just fantastic. And with our girls side right now too as well, there's a lot of interest for a high school girls program. So now that their season's over, we've got a high school skills and scrimmage program where we work on skills the first 45 minutes, and then we scrimmage the next 45. And again, these girls are learning all university concepts and quick plays and actions, such as get actions, pick and rolls, pin downs, and zoom action, pistol action, and they actually doing a great job with it, and learned it all in one practice. And now it's just about fine-tuning all their reads off those actions and getting them playing some good basketball. So they're learning a lot as well. So just a lot of great things are happening with the academy. We just finished our 3rd junior MBA program, which is always a huge success. And Coach Oliveira did a great job with that program, and very happy to have him as part of the team. And he coaches the White Pines junior team on the men's side. And we're continually looking to grow. We're looking to grow with some coaches. We know, having spoken to some more coaches here a couple of weeks ago, we're going to be expanding that as well, and that just means expanding more club teams. So if you're out there and you want to coach, please get a hold of me, elite8basketballacademy@gmail.com. We need more female coaches as well. So if you're interested in coaching and maybe don't have a coaching background, we pay for all your certifications through the NCCP program with Canada Basketball. We currently have a couple coaches going through that right now, very important to get your levels. And there's an offensive foul there on Zane. But if you're interested in coaching, we always need more coaches, and just please get a hold of me at elite8basketballacademy@gmail.com.
So just to put a wrap on this conversation quickly, I do have one question. You kind of touched upon it a little bit. There's a lot of misnomer out there that the Sioux would have a tough time competing at the provincial level, right? So, when you guys are going to be putting this team together, are you going down there with the expectation to just to get the kids some experience, or are you going down there with the attitude that you guys are able to compete and you guys are able to potentially win?
Yeah, great finish there by Martin with the N1. But to answer that question, we're definitely going there to compete and win. I mean, the nice part about the OBL is, you register for the division and the tier that you think you're going to be competitive in, and for us, we get an idea. Kind of, we're registering a little bit late to kind of see the teams that we've had good competitions with in tournaments that we've played in already, and looking to sign up in a tier that's going to be with them. And then what happens with the OBL is you'll be in a division with 8 teams. You'll play the first 3 weekends, and those 3 weekends, your scores matter, your wins and losses matter, and then you get ranked after those first 3 weekends and those first 6 games, and then after that, they're either going to move you up, move you down, or keep you in the division based on the results of that, and try to make the last 6 games have you situated in the division that you belong in. So yeah, we're certainly looking to be competitive. We're looking to win our division at the end of it, and you do get a gold medal if you do win your division, and then that'll kind of catapult us into the Ontario basketball Ontario Cup championships at the end of the year, and we're looking forward to getting situated into a division that we'll be competitive in. And it's a very talented group that we have, and this is very much like this group that you're looking at here with Korah. And there's all guys who love to ball. They're all great to coach. They're very unselfish. They love playing with each other. They're all very coachable. So I mean, it just makes it fun again to come to the gym every day. And I expect big things from this group moving forward. Shot is up, and Kalalo with the finish. Couple of N1 situations there for Martone on the other end. So again, a strong game there for Eric.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many points he has. We don't have the stats up here on us, but I mean, I feel like he's got to have close to 15 so far here today.
Yeah, it's probably the cleanest game I've seen from Eric.
Yeah.
And not to take anything from any other games, but sometimes you'll find that his shot's not totally on, and he helps the team win in other ways. But today he's kind of putting it all together. His decision making, his shot selection, his shots are falling. He's going to the basket aggressively when it calls for it. So it's just kind of been an overall A++ game for Eric, and it's really nice to see his game come together when it really matters in that home stretch, getting ready for playoffs. And they're going to need number 3 to be on the mark when it comes to again the long offset run that we're hoping this team is able to have.
Yeah, the one thing I've really been most impressed with Eric and his progression this season has been his attitude, I think, so far. I mean, before in years past, that's over and back, or close to over and back. Before he would get frustrated. He was easily, you'd see him get upset on the court, and he was extremely hard on himself if he made a mistake. And now you're seeing, a different side of him where if he makes a mistake, he just moves on, right? He's not focusing on that mistake, and he's able to put it behind him and keep progressing and keep playing the game. And I think that's a huge aspect of his game that he needed to work on, and he clearly has, and he's reaping the benefits of it here so far.
That's just a great observation by you, Tony, because That's exactly a conversation I've had with Rock earlier in his process, and there were games early on in Eric's career where he would take a 3-point shot and miss, and then stare at his hand like it was his hand's fault that he missed, or how did that not go in?
Yeah.
And like you said, it would eat him for the entire game, and then other aspects of his game would suffer. And it's like, we're always about that next play mentality, right? Turn the page. Like when you're sitting there staring at your hand, your matchup's going down, scoring at the other end, and you can't have those lapses in judgment. And he's worked on it for sure. And the more you play, he's gone away to other camps out of town to really improve his craft. And really, it is about being mentally and physically tough. And you really have to turn the page, and you're always on to the next play, right? I mean, you take a shot, you miss. Well, now you're in defensive transition. Now you got to play good half-court defense. Now you got to stay on task with whatever your defensive assignment is, and then boom, now you're in offensive transition. Now you're looking to score, and that maturity from Eric over these last few years is certainly noticeable. And he's great in transition. He sees the floor very well. He is a good spot-up shooter. He is unselfish. He's excited for his teammates when they do well. I mean, those are all the little things that help you win, and he certainly brought that to the table. So, again, great observation by you, because if it was one knock on Eric earlier in his basketball journey, I think it was mentally, and I think he's cleared that hurdle, and it's really nice to see.
Yeah, and just to your point, like, watching him, he wears his expressions on his face, so to speak, when he was younger, right? You could tell what he was thinking at all times. And I've been watching him this season, and you're right, off of a bad play or off of a miss, his face doesn't change, right? He's just like, okay, let's go, right? And I like to see that. So great job by the coaching staff, and great job by you guys to kind of rein that in, and nice to see him take that. And again, that just comes with some maturity as well, right? As he gets older. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Ryan, obviously there's, we all know about Grisdale, and we all know about Murdoch, and we've talked a little bit about Martone. Who off this Korah team, who we don't often talk a lot about, maybe more or less like one of those unsung heroes for this Korah Colts team, who would you put in that kind of category?
Fernando Correa is that guy, and I'm not sure he gets overlooked. I think everybody locally knows how good he is.
He's my favorite player in this league.
But he's kind of an unassuming guy. He does all the dirty work. He's a great defender. He's probably the best defender in the league at the senior level. He has great hops. He boards well. He's a team player. He's very unselfish. And when you need big shots, he'll hit them. I mean, he showed in the championship game last year. I kind of mentioned that being a 3-point shooter wasn't really one of his strengths at the time, and then he just shut me up and hit 3 big threes in a championship game, and it just shows you how much his game has progressed to being just an overall threat. And we saw his hops there. I know he's been working on putting the ball through the net on the jam, and he's been slowly getting there, and now he's able to slam it down, and so he's just you can tell he's been working on that as well. So he's just one of those players that you love to root for, and he's really the straw that stirs the drink in a lot of ways, but it just sometimes goes unnoticed.
Oh, and they're going to call an offensive foul there against Murdoch. Good sportsmanship, though, as Murdoch helps Cuglietta up off the floor, and we got a full-fledged change coming here. I'd be surprised if we see the starters again here. Looks like he's keeping Grisdale out there, though. Or, sorry, Hyam's coming back, too. So there's a mix of starters and bench players here for the Colts.
And I just think I misspoke there earlier, calling him Fernando Correa. I don't know where Correa, but it just is Fernando Correa Laura.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity to take those boys to Ann Arbor with EJ's group there a few years ago with Fernando and Hyam and others, and Martone, and just a fun group. Actually, a lot of these boys. It was Liam Ouellette on St. Mary's, Barone from St. Mary's, Stephen from St. Mary's. So it was a combination of these two teams, and It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. We went go-karting, and I won't say who's the best go-karter, but it might be from my police driving experience. But it was fun taunting these kids as I blew by them or rubbed them out. It was a lot of fun. But they are just a great group who love the game on both sides. The St. Mary's kids as well. They play a lot of 3v3 against each other. They play in all the 3-on-3 tournaments locally and across the river. So these guys aren't strangers to basketball by any stretch. And it's going to be sad to see some of these boys' careers end, without an awesome opportunity. But certainly they love the game and they love playing together.
How'd you guys do in Ann Arbor? I'm scared to ask.
No, they were up against it.
I know, obviously, I know.
Yeah, so they, I joked at a timeout with our boys. I'm like, listen, if speed was a number and it was ranked up to 10, they're playing at an 8 and we're playing at a 5, and we got to at least get to a 6 or a 7. They just played the game a lot quicker than we did, and they did. They improved a lot in the second half and made the game close, but. There was just really tough competition down in Ann Arbor, and, but this group just loved to play and kept fighting, and they did really well. Lalo with the shot. It's good.
He's hit another one. He's hit a couple, hasn't he, so far?
Yeah, Kian Kalalo with his second 3 of the ball game, and now he's playing great defense here, so no give up here on the Knights. Touch play and skip pass to Grisdale. There was what we talked about, that rebound there by Fernando. Gives Hyam another opportunity. He gets it up and in.
So Ryan, as a coach, we've talked before, and we've talked quite a bit about how the game's changed over the years and going to FIBA rules now rather than what we were playing. As a coach, from a coaching perspective, what's one thing that you like about FIBA rules, and what's one thing that you like about the change, and what's one thing that you don't like about the FIBA rules or the new rules, and something that you, if you could create the league, you would change?
Well, I certainly like the flow of the game and the fact that, it's made the game more exciting. It's more drive and space, really more of a conceptual type of a game instead of, back in the day, we used to run, flex or read and react, and it was successful. There's nothing wrong with that, that style of play, but it was more predicated on what the offense was doing, right? If you do this, then you do this, then you do this, or if we dribble at you, go back door, and with the flex, it's a flex screen followed by a pin down screen, and then that just goes over and over again. It's the same thing, and it ends up being easy to defend. Now the game is more conceptual, where you're just constantly trying to seek an advantage through actions, and sometimes it's a set play, but more often than not, it's just you're playing through conceptually, and there's a real good flow to the game, and then really again, once you find that advantage, it's teaching the kids how to play the game, and you're teaching them how to play with advantage. So you're looking to turn it from a small advantage to a big advantage, and you do that through dribble penetration, reaction, where guys are pushing and pulling on the outside, your drive, kick, swing, and one-mooring it to the perimeter for those open shots, and then attacking those long closeouts. So once you teach them how to play within dominoes and within those advantages, then that's really, when you see good basketball. And, you're seeing Korah do it here at the high school level here. And again, it's from the good coaching they received all the way through. And that's been the biggest change. And even for me as a coach, having to change, and why I really love coaching basketball is, I work on it every day. And you're constantly learning, and there's so many aspects of the game and phases of the game that you have to teach your kids and master as a coach. And as a coach, you always fear of not being prepared for every situation, and so it really does cause you to do that. I think with the timeout situation, you really do have to have your kids more prepared You're not able to always call the timeouts when you want to call them. And if as a coach, you would like it the other way, or you can just have control over that. So I would change that if I was being selfish as a coach. But overall, I really do like how it doesn't slow the game down. It makes you play through things. So overall, I mean, I really don't have any complaints about the FIBA rules. I like all the changes that they've made, and you've got really smart people making really smart decisions and how to improve the Canadian game. And I think, when you look at where the game is going as a nation, we have more players in the NBA than we've ever had. We have more stars in the NBA that we've ever had. So clearly, Canada basketball is doing a great job with developing their players, and the coaches are doing a great job learning how this the game is being played, and really teaching them at a young level. And I've got a U13 team right now that they're all learning all of these university concepts as grade 6s. And most of our kids are in grade 6, not 7. And when you can see them learning, the reads of a DHO or a get action or a pin down or a pick and roll or a zoom action or a pistol action, and they're doing it in grade 6. Just imagine how good they're going to be when the skill marries up to their basketball IQ. Then the game just becomes really easy. So again, it's really exciting, and Canada basketball has done a great job with putting things in place with their NCCP training, and we're starting to see the benefits of it.
See, I think that you just hit the nail on the head there. I think what you're kind of seeing is, it's always been the misnomer that the states are so much better in every aspect, right? And the reason is a lot of it has to do with the coaching, and that they're running these ideas and they're running a lot of these same programs at an extremely young age. So it's outstanding that we're doing that locally here now. And Basketball Canada basketball's starting to realize that too, that we got to start these kids off younger, and you're starting to see that development. And that's why I think programs like the Elite Eight Basketball Academy are such a big deal. And hopefully other cities and this is something that they continue to work on to continue to grow the game and improve on it.
Well, it is the fastest growing sport in Canada, and it is I think once people see locally the success that not only that the league is having or the academy is having, but also just the number of kids who are enjoying the game and enjoying the process, more kids will come out and play, and it's just very exciting. It's our job to give these kids all the opportunities they're looking for and offer them the programs that they're going to enjoy. And for a lot of these kids, it's just about enjoying the game. And there's Kalala with another 3, but it really is just about the kids enjoying the game and whatever goals they have. It really is just a game, and a lot of life lessons are learned through this game. And some of their goals are just to become better high school basketball players. Some of them are going out there just for the exercise. So every kid has a different goal in mind. And for some of these kids, they know at a very young age they want to play at the next level. And I know I've got 4 or 5 kids on my U15 team right now that want to play at the next level, and it's our job to do everything we can as coaches to prepare them for that. And it's a big responsibility that we don't take lightly, and we're hoping to give them those opportunities.
So with 22 seconds left in the game, I guess we should announce the athletes of the game. So the Wendy's of Sault Ste. Marie and Team Essentials player of the game for the St. Mary's Knights, we're going to give that to number 4, Kian Kalelo, who's had 3 or 4 threes here so far in this game, and he's played well on both ends of the court. So congratulations goes out to Kian. And Ryan, I'll toss it over to you for the Korah Colts player of the game.
Yeah, the Korah Colts player of the game, I'm going to give it to Martone. I mean, I just think that it's the cleanest game I've ever seen him play.
Yeah.
He was good in all areas of the game, defensively, offensively, in transition. His shooting was on point. So just a great overall game by Eric. And
what a way to end the game that would have been. Yeah. Sorry, but yeah.
No, but I mean, those are 2 great selections, and congratulations to the Korah Colts. We're very much looking forward to watching their journey as they move on through the playoffs and outside of that. And for the St. Mary's Knights, looking forward to seeing the rest of their season, to see if they can get into the second and third game second and third place game in the playoffs. But that is the end of the game. 76-27, Korah over St. Mary's. Again, my name is Ryan Lillington. I'm here with Tony Bonifero. Always a pleasure, Tony. And Chris Carr on the camera and Jay Hauslander in studio. And we will see you next week for semifinal action. Stay tuned for the location for that game. And until then, we'll see you then. Have a great rest of the week.
Go Chiefs.